Hey guys, what's going on? APO here. APO Fisher on Xbox Live, and I've got something a little different for you guys today. Not CSS, we've got some Call of Duty World at War on the PC, and my lord, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. I was totally taken aback by it. I bought this game probably about 2 days ago, and I gotta stop putting my hand in front of my face when I'm talking into a microphone. God damn it. But this game looks incredible. It's probably not going to really come through on YouTube because YouTube takes, high quality renders and makes them look like garbage. But I'm going to try to render this in a pretty high bit rate so you guys can get a feel for the quality. It really looks, it just looks really good, and I was really surprised by that. But it also is really fun to play on the PC. Runs like a dream on my rig, everything maxed out. It's an older game, so that's to be expected. But it's so much easier with a mouse and keyboard. Like you can see me, I would never use a bolt-action rifle like that. Normally. I guess that's not a bolt-action, what am I saying? I guess it's a semi-automatic. I don't know what I'm using. But you know what kind of guns I'm talking about. And look at that. That was, look how fast I'm able to fire the gun. That's all thanks to the mouse there. Multiple mouse clicks really quickly. And just the accuracy. You'll see. This gameplay isn't insane. I use a couple different guns. This is probably my third game ever playing this on the PC. But I go on get my dogs right off the bat here, and overall it's pretty entertaining. I just kind of want to give you guys a feel for what this game, how this game plays out on the PC. Obviously a lot more people and a lot more chaotic, but also, God, it just looks so good. It's such a sexy looking game. So kudos Treyarch for Treyarch, whatever, for making this game look so good. And I'll probably be posting more gameplays of this. Obviously, we'll continue to do Counter-Strike Source, but it's always good to mix it up. And I wanted to do an old-fashioned commentary for you guys. I tweeted earlier today that I was going to do this commentary when I got back from work, and I asked you guys to send me a couple different topics. And like the legends that you are, you guys sent me a ton of different good ones. And I told you guys that I would say the username who tweeted at me and answer the question or whatever that they had, or the thing they wanted me to talk about. So I'm going to do a couple here. I want to do, let's see, I want to do about 4 real quick, and then I want to spend a lot of time on the last one that I'm going to do. The first question comes to me from Stretchy LOL, who just simply said high school elections, period. So I guess he wants me to touch on high school elections, and I got only one sentence for you. High school elections are bullshit. And I could elaborate on that, but I think everyone pretty much gets the point, and anyone who's been to high school, high school in general is bullshit, for the most part. High school is brutal for most people, unless you are in the jock category, or kind of one of those people that's worshipped in your high school, which maybe some of you are. In that case, you guys probably love high school. But high school is a tough time for everyone. High school, you're developing, you're going through puberty, you're dealing with peer pressure. It's the first fuck you life hands at you, I would say. I would say really hands at you. Middle school, perhaps, but high school is really when life's like, here you go, buddy. Let's see how you deal with this. So, I don't know how I got there from high school elections, but yeah, high school elections are bullshit. They're popularity contests, and very rarely does anyone who actually is going to do anything change anything in high school. And high school, overall, for the most part, is very meaningless in the grand scheme of life. I'm not saying that you don't form opinions and you don't somewhat become the person you're going to be through high school, but things change. And as you get older and you realize, and you go back and you see your old high school friends, you realize that everyone changes. And most of the time I could say that a lot of people that, probably 5 or 10 years down the road, you won't even recognize, and you won't even believe that they're the same person. So that's my little bit on high school elections. I don't even know why I was going there. But the next question, or the next thing they wanted me to talk about was, this was Trevor Hanna. That was his Twitter handle. And he said, life lessons, stuff you've learned throughout life. And I guess that kind of ties into what I said at the beginning, that high school is bullshit, so don't take it too much to heart. But I guess another life lesson I've learned is that, let me see here, actually. I thought I had something prepared for this one, but I don't know. I would say, treat people how you want to be treated. There's a good one. I see that so often neglected in this YouTube community, especially. And what do I mean by that? Well, I see people that have gotten to certain places in power on YouTube, putting out good content, granted, obviously, having, being just in general a pretty interesting person to watch and that kind of stuff. putting out content people want to watch. But I've watched people get to certain places, not just on YouTube, and in life in general. Same goes for a job. Same goes for anything that you do in life. People get to a certain position of power, and they seem to forget what got them there, the people that got them there, and they start stepping on people. And I've experienced this at my own work a couple different times, and I see it on YouTube. And as I always say, YouTube is a microcosm of life. You know, it's no different than the everyday. Obviously, it's on the internet, but people don't behave differently. If anything, they behave worse because it's the internet. But, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. So if you know, if someone's, I mean, and this is a double-edged sword, I understand, because people will say, well, you know, dude, if you sent me a message, I would think that you would want me to respond to it, blah, blah, blah. When talking about as far as, you know, maybe helping people get started in YouTube and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not really talking about that. I'm just talking about in life. Just think of that. Think about that mantra right there. You know, treat people how you want to be treated. That goes a long way. Because if you take back and look at a situation and think about that first, 9 times out of 10, it'll make you reevaluate what you're about to do in any given situation. So there's a little life lesson. Don't really know if that might have been a little convoluted, and I kind of mixed YouTube and real life with that. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. Let's see the next one. Milky Moo said, embarrassing childhood stories or luck with the ladies. I guess I get to choose one or the other. Luck with the ladies, man. I don't know if I'm qualified right now to be giving lady advice. I'm not dating anyone currently. I've been out on a few dates recently. Nothing of extreme interest. Man, what kind of lady advice can I get? I mean, are you talking about getting laid lady advice, or are you talking about just in general with how to deal with the ladies? I don't really know. This doesn't really go into details. But I'd say when dealing with the ladies, I think confidence is a huge factor, and I think most girls will say that. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the best-looking bloke of the bunch, but confidence goes a long way, and a lot of women find that attractive. So, you know, okay, let's say you got your buddy Dan, who's really attractive, but he's got the personality of a walrus. Well, you know what? Flash your personality around a little bit, be confident, and who knows? Maybe you'll be going home with the girl that, you know, everyone was sure was going home with Dan, and I've seen that happen multiple times. I wish I could say it happens to me all the time. No, it doesn't happen all the time. But I'd say confidence when dealing with the ladies is a big, big factor. And, you know, all that bullshit where they say, be yourself. I'm not saying be yourself when you're around the ladies, at least not in the beginning. That's bullshit. Here's a life lesson. Don't listen to, you know, when they say that you can be whatever you want, or, this is such a rambling commentary. You know, when they tell you, oh, you could be an astronaut, you want to be a firefighter. No, you can't be whatever you want, all right? You sometimes have to possess certain innate skills that you're not born with to do certain jobs, right? So someone who's an astronaut might be extremely good at physical challenges, good at math, but then you might have someone who's just good at physical challenges and, you know, not very bright. They're not really going to be an astronaut. And no matter how many times they study they study the different courses that they need to do, they go to college, they try to push through. If they can't cut it in that mental capacity to be able to do some of the ridiculous calculations that astronauts are required to do just to, you know, just one of the parts of being an astronaut, they're not going to be an astronaut. So don't believe that bullshit that people tell you. And then as far as getting back to the ladies, yeah, being yourself from the get-go. I don't think anyone's themselves right from the get-go when meeting people. And the people that are themselves and meet each other and fall in love typically are the weirdos. So, you know, eventually yourself comes out as you're in a relationship for a longer period of time. But from the get-go, exude confidence. I'm not saying lie and bullshit, but you guys know what I mean. When you meet a girl for the first time, you're not bearing all. That's girls see that as needy. Like if a guy comes over and is like, I just want to be honest with you. You know, I have a lot of emotional issues and stuff, and you probably don't want to know that I like clean lint from between my toes late at night when no one's watching. Like girls, yeah, I mean, good luck meeting the ladies with that kind of stuff. I mean, that's true, right? Maybe that's your real self, but are you going to talk about that? No. But I would say confidence with dealing with the ladies. I don't even remember what I was talking about before. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on real quick. Wow, this commentary is almost over. You know what? I'm going to have to make this 2 commentaries. The actual major issue I wanted to talk about, I didn't get a chance to. Let's answer Connor Mickles' question on Twitter. He said, mention games that, if directed by the likes of James Cameron or I can't speak, or any other renowned epic fucking director, would make great films. So I guess he's saying games that we've played or I've played that, if made into a movie by a director who knows how to do action movies, are really good good films of that nature, what is a game I'd love to see turned into a movie? I mean, one of the most obvious ones that always strikes me is Half-Life. I think Half-Life would be an absolutely fucking epic movie series. I think it would be fantastic. I think you'd have to make probably, I guess 3 movies, right? You'd have to make probably 3 movies, but I think it could be really, really well done if taken by the right person. I know there's been some cinematic stuff that some effects. I don't know if effects studios or there's like a Half-Life, I think, thing on YouTube that's really good. Obviously, it's not done by a professional movie studio, but it was really well done. There's a couple different fan kind of stuff like that, but I think that made into a movie would be fantastic. What else? What other games have I played that would be fantastic as a movie? I think you could make a fantastic. What's a great story game? Deus Ex is a fantastic game. That could be that story alone could be a great movie. I mean, there's so many, but I would say I'm partial because Half-Life 2 and Half-Life are 2 of my favorite single-player games of all time. So I think either of those would be sweet. Well, I hope you enjoyed this rambling commentary about nothing in particular. I'll probably do another one where I want to talk about one of the other issues I didn't get to. But I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and God, this game looks sexy. And I will talk to you, Chodes and Chodettes, later. See you guys.